But yeah, it's just... I disagree. I don't see a religion as a bad thing. The people inside it, like football. I don't get your point. There's a chance for saying the same point in different words. I shall read everything again. Hold on. Actually, you do. Cult is bad religion. Most cults are based in religion. Some religions formed from cults. Mormonism was originally a cult. It might actually still be. I'm not going to say that with any proof or not, because that would be extremely stupid to say with proof or not. As in, definitively. You know what I mean. But yeah. A lot of religions border on cults, and a lot of cult is even a word that's been ruined, because cult is a group of people that believe the same thing, I think. Yeah. But no, it's all just interesting, the way people see things. No, I would actually say we're saying the same thing in different terms. Or I'm saying it's not religion itself, it's the people, and you're saying it is religion because of the people and the human factor. I think we're saying the same thing. Though, obviously, you're talking about religion as a whole and the idea that we should remove it. Which... that's an interesting idea. Yeah. No, the problem with stuff like that is that's one of the things of where does the line stop? Because religion is just a form of thinking. So you ban religion, so you ban a certain set of ideals. Okay, if you can definitively prove that it's not true, that's fine. But what next? And you can go down... This is more of a what-if question, though. This is going down a possibly dangerous rabbit hole. Which, for the most part, would probably be fine. But then, yeah. Stuff like that is why... I'm gonna twist what you're saying now. I don't think you're saying religion is bad. I think you're saying humans are bad. Where religion is the vehicle. Because it's true. I'm going to disagree with that too. You may not be saying it as a definitive will always happen, but it doesn't necessarily always happen. Yeah, no, that... You can go further than religion for that. Keeping it in religion, I would say, gives that point a disservice. You want to go further. Big corporations, small corporations, companies, governments, it's all corruption, and it's all there. The level of it depends on the person themselves. The problem is... I'm going to say a very interesting point. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, I'm just saying you can expand it if you want. But no, I'm going to say a very interesting point. There's a reason psychopaths have the highest percentage of management positions. I think I understand what you're saying, but yeah, keep going. A psychopath is more likely to be in management than any other kind of person because they're able to get it done with the way their brain works. So that would then be implying psychopaths are evil, which they're not. They're just different. Most psychopaths are actually fine. That is societal stigma. But yeah, that's a tangent from what you're saying. Boop, boop. Where did... I think an enemy just killed itself. Or two. I like these fires. Can they stay? Oop. Exactly what I mean about enemies spawning on you. Luckily, there's invincibility frames for a second, but yeah. Yeah, well, it's like... Yeah, some enemies explode. No, psychopathy isn't itself inherently an evil thing. It's neutral. They physically can't understand... Not even understand. They physically just do not do certain brain things. It's what that condition is. It just happens to be that if you're in the way and killing you is a valid strategy, they will consider it. Not because they are evil and want you dead, but because it's the fastest way to get you out of the way for a thing they want. Which isn't necessarily an evil thought, which is weird, and that's going into psychology. Same option as when does it become evil to kill to eat? It isn't. You need food. You just happen to be stronger. Which is the way their brain plays on. Though obviously in terms of the way society goes now, killing people is very wrong, and it is. Why should you? Humans love categorizing things. To some extent, to the extreme, where it shouldn't ever happen. And we can bring this all back to what you said about human influence. All of them are human. People made those terms so people could do things. Whether or not they're good terms and whether or not they're good things, that depends on the people. And why the terms became a thing and why they use them in the way they do. Why am I overlay? I'm interested in this now because I very carefully designed this to not accentuate stuff like donations. They're there because why not? But it's the one of the smallest sections. Also, Ragman. I don't like Ragman. Go away, Ragman. Also, the flies are still here. I like to think more tennis ball neon, but yeah. Oh, okay. You mean the actual color design? I thought you meant where bits were. Hold on, does the razor now actually block shots? It never used to. I'd rather not find out on Ragman. Just... yeah. Ow. It's fine. Red hearts don't really mean anything in this mode. Number 2 there. Fair enough. Ragman is an annoying boss. Die, Ragman. There we go. No, actually, going into... Inverted color, I don't know, text green, what that be like? That is going into a theory that humans learn colors based on what we see, but what we see is not identical, which it's not. There is always variation. But it means to go as far as your green is my red, and my red is your blue. But because they're what we know the colours are, everyone agrees because it's all just there. I've seen people say certain colours are different things, and it's like, well, no, they're not. It's close, but it's very obvious. Well, green and yellow. That is green, easily. But it's a very, very pale, bright green. So it has some yellowish hints in it. But it's green. There's too much of that slightly grassy colour. I was gonna say, if it's just 4 of these, that's funny. Oh, Pin does not like being bled. Yeah, the razor blocking shots is really good because it never used to. Pin is very easy. More of the void, happily. Oh, and if you want to go for simplified colours, how many colours are in the rainbow? If you answer 7, you're wrong. Well, that's the kind of statement that could cause a lot of debate and arguments, and I find that hilarious. No, genuinely, there are 6 colours in the rainbow. And you're correct. Actually, if I go through here, I can use that battery to get the heart back. I think this is all of my my keys. Actually, when you say purple, what do you mean by purple? Because you would be incorrect if you did mean purple, the same color as my main background. Same color area. Obviously, it's not that specific purple. Because the thing is, there is no purple in the rainbow. Purple only appears because of supernumerary rings, which literally just means more than the first. Well, no, purple only comes through because of supernumerary rings, because it's where the blue end and the red end overlap, creating purple. Purple itself does not exist in the rainbow. The rainbow goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and violet as in dark blue, and blue as in cyan. Which even then, that's differentiating the blues into 2 different things, which means there will actually only be 5. English in simple colours. I'm going to ask a question then. You overlay colour that's closest to purple. Oh no, it's the overlay colour. Oh no, my overlay. Yeah, it is purple. Just in general, that is purple. I thought I meant in rainbows. Also, I didn't even comment on it, but getting... Yeah, not gonna die there. I'd rather not. Ow. Why am I finding this slightly difficult? It's not. Oh no, the book's weird. Anyone who... I have a very specific opinion on the book, and the answer is I don't like it. And not because it's that weird sex book, but because it's actually... You look at it, and it's much more questionable than people give it credit for. They're going into subsets of the colours. They don't count. I think mine's plum something. I don't know. That isn't a just you thing. That's a general just thing. What's the boss? Okay. I like how I go from Isaac, who is just kind of the average character, to Magdalene, who... Ow. It's supposed to be the one with the most health, and I gambled it, and now I'm just on low health. Fair enough. Krampus's head. Actually, sure. Charge times and everything would mean that it's actually going to be pretty decent in this mode. Also, I know about the stream being weird. It hurts. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Yes, mother. Mother transformation. Eh. Oh, never mind. Oh, so misunderstood creatures and things that people of ancient times didn't actually understand, so they gave it special significance. Because dragons and unicorns, you could argue, are real. Just not in the way they think. Because a lizard that has a breath of fire, well, being bitten by a venomous animal burns like there's lava in your veins. So that would be very, very well fitting for a breath of fire. Yeah, well, that is pretty much exactly what happened. Though it also doesn't help that the Bible has been edited and ripped apart and sewn back together and messed with far too much. To use specifically Judaism and Christianity as an example. Ow. There's a chance I could die here. It's not fun. Well, that was an easy way. I need those hearts. This run has power but no health, which is entirely my fault, but oh well. That, and also, it's easier if you don't understand how things work to just believe that there's something else there. It's not necessarily because they were stupid or anything, which I'm not saying they are, but it's convenient, and to them it makes sense. Because if you think about it from the perspective of an ancient person, so many different little things coming together, it does make sense to believe there's something all behind it. But the thing that I find funny is, if you think about it, the new religion is conspiracy theories. Where God is the big evil that wants everyone dead and controlled and drinking bathwater from random people on the internet and microchips in vaccines and all just belief because of their one specific little way of thinking. And yes, that is an insult to people who believe those things. Not because they do or don't, but because the people who spread the disinformation are despicable. The ones who spread it on purpose. Some people are just victims. It's a very wide concept. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by it. Gish just then. One dead. And now Gish, who shall now be two dead, hopefully. I like greed mode. I don't like greedier mode. I'm happy I don't have it unlocked yet. Oh. Oh yeah, no, that is definitely true. Most cults are based on just pay us money and everything will be fine, or whatever else they do. Watch videos on people who've escaped cults, and it's interesting. Many stories come out of cults, and many people don't come out of cults. Many people die because of the cults. That could be very useful, but I'd rather have the lasers. They spawn flies. Pill 1, useless. Pill 2, eh. Pill 3, eh. Oh, that was a bad curse room. This just sounds like you have a problem against Christians. To which I say, again, Christians as a whole are not the problem. It's very specific people within that and a lot of religions. That makes more sense. Not necessarily. Like I said, the more I learned, the less I believed in it. I'm not from a Christian family, but I went to a Christian primary school. So the ages of 4 to 11. That's a good... I know it's very wide in terms of range, but I don't know if it's the most practiced. Ow. That's actually a very good question. Ow. But no, very... But then, the problem with saying about whole, like... That's the thing. You've assumed that it was bad. It wasn't. It was that the stories were interesting, the people were nice, there was nothing wrong with any of them, they just genuinely were Christian. They were just people. But because of them, and the stories, it made me believe less. Not because they were horrible or culty, but just because, as far as I was concerned, what they said did not make sense. I just disagreed with it from day one, so that's how it went. It wasn't bad at all. If anything, it could have been much, much worse. I literally have a Bible with my name on it from the local vicar. Everyone did. Everyone in my family, well, my siblings do. We keep them just because we have them. We don't read them or do anything with them. We could literally remove them and it would make no difference. I might actually die on this run. But it wasn't a problem. No. Still no. You're hiding behind a heart. You're dead now anyway. Well, you can name it. It's only public. Do I buy another... I'll buy another heart. I'm going to assume that you're not necessarily from an English-speaking country. Mainly because of how you described colours. And said how you know them in English, which you wouldn't have to specify if you only knew one language. Well, not necessarily only knew one language, but were speaking in your first. Yeah. But I am literally English. I know that different countries have different religious views as a whole anyway. If you want to look at a bad country for religion, look at America. They are a prime example as to why you might not like them. Saying about cultures and contexts, did you know that many South American cultures do not like people calling North America, as in the United States, America? Because as far as they're concerned, America is the entire double continent. Which it is, because they are the Americans. Random side tangent. Oop. My brain told me to not move down, my finger moved down. Wait, your name on Discord is from the internet. I don't know what your name on Discord is, unless you've joined my Discord. I have not. I have no idea what your name on Discord is. Oh, no. No, America is a country. The USA is a country. The United States of America. But hold on. Oh no, I read that wrong. Yeah. No. No, I was saying about other cultures. There are some people in America who don't know stuff about America though. There was one video of, I think it was a girl being asked to point out where America's enemies are, and she just pointed to a state within America. That was funny. Yeah, well, you probably did more. If you paid attention, you probably know more about the world shape than most people. Yes, that is bias. No, I don't want that. That's fine. Soul Hearts. There's one there. Yeah. I paid attention to geography as well. It was interesting, but not as interesting as history. But no, that's Grand School. Grand School? I'm assuming you mean big school. As in secondary or high school. Yeah, that one. It also depends on the teacher. A teacher makes a subject. Yeah. If teachers are bad, the subject will be bad. If the teachers are good, the subject will be fun. That's just true. I like this game. I like how it will randomly spawn enemies that explode right next to me. I know it isn't random, but yeah. There was no way of me necessarily knowing or not knowing that that was when that was going to spawn in that spot. That's a problem this game has had pretty much since day one. Not to the extent of an explodey leech spawning on you. Oh, and these. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't need to buy things. Boss, double the stain. I almost walked onto the spike thing. Die. You aren't dead. I don't think it's dead. Yeah, they're not. Neither of them are dead. One of you die now. There you go. They're fallen. Double fallen? Single fallen. Single fallen. Fair enough. I like how the bot goes. Let's send a message now in a small break. I might actually want to tone it down. Actually, it's not too common. I'm assuming pedophilia is where you're going. Pedophilia. In terms of certain words, as far as I'm concerned, mature discussion is fine. As far as Twitch is concerned, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the same. Mature discussion is fine, as long as it doesn't get out of hand, like most things. But I'm going to assume pedophilia or embezzlement. One of those two. In which case, yeah, there is always the joke about the bishop and the boys. And those boys happen to be little. Death. Ow. I am playing very dangerously on this run. Devil deals aren't helping. Do I take this devil item? Oh, and also, I shall do this. I know that the stream isn't necessarily... It's skipping a bit. I want to say that's because of where I live. Specific area of this country. never seen that word before. Shavelings. Copy. To Google. The clergyman or priest with a tonsured head. What is tonsured? Or tonsured. Shave the hair on top. Oh. Oh, that hairstyle. Oh. So shavelings, so priests with the shaved head in the shape of a ring. Stream should be green now. Yeah, no, the internet, I think it's here or not, I don't know. It'll randomly go bad, which is annoying. I can't control it. I've literally gone down from 1080p. Yeah. I'd imagine it's equivalent. Well, it's translation, it is equivalent, you know what I mean? Although, I don't understand. I've even turned the stream down from 1080p to 720p. Yeah, that's what I found when I looked it up. It's specifically priests where their heads are shaved. I'm sure it is an offensive word to call them. I'm sure they don't like it at all. Just like many words which used to be fine and some that used to not... I'm not going in there, actually. I do find it funny to watch. Some words do deserve... I'm taking that. Actually, I'll take this too. Some words do deserve to be made immoral. But, yeah. Some don't. It depends on people. But I'm assuming that what you're going to say is that they were found having fun with underage people. To which I will say, just no. Just don't do that. That's weird. Ow. I should not read chat while I'm being assaulted by waves of enemies. There's a healer. Okay. Oh, it's not helping them though. There we go. Super Wrath. Who will hopefully be dead. Deaded. There we go. Deaded is a made-up word, I think. Oh, so similar to many things where they get quietly shut down and just don't do it again because of public image. Yeah, that's not a thing unique to just one country. It happens in many places and for many reasons. Not even just religion. It happens in companies and stuff as well. Ow. But even countries. Like, normally political stuff is not the best to talk about, but just look at the whole Donald Trump thing. He literally incited a riot as an offense to a governmental building. And what did he get for it? Absolutely nothing. At least nothing meaningful. Yeah, no, it's not common as far as public knows. But yeah. Oh yeah, the double stain. Ow. I walked onto that. That was my fault. Cambion Conception. That would have been useful ages ago. Might have been hit a lot on this run. Yeah, that's just how religions work, unfortunately. Most people are fine, some are not. Some purposefully change it. I might have this be the last run because of the time. Hello, Monstro. Goodbye, Monstro. Ah, less flies than I expected. Yeah, well, some people. That I agree with. Some people just see what they're told and do it anyway. Yeah, no, that is something that is actually, I would say, goes as far as annoys me. The amount of people who don't actually analyze things. Well, how much false information is out there? Fair enough. Oh, I should probably use this. That's why I was keeping it. I don't know, no one learns from history. We're on the edge of a potential Third World War if you believe what people are saying. And we had World War II end in literal nuclear bombs. And the world went, wait, no, that's too far, we can't do that one again. And then they did. Obviously not in terms of nuclear attacks, but nuclear weapons have just gotten bigger and more. To the point that people are scared of nuclear technology because of many things. But no, history does just repeat. People are stupid. Person is smart, people are stupid. That is something I do agree with. Not people as, like, people as a whole. All of humanity is bad, but just as a group, people function worse for some reason. This boss fight is going surprisingly fast. I think it's the flies. I just need to not get hit 2 more times. Bombs. Yep. Actually, yes. Blow up there. No, you're not meant to pick up the money. Ow. It's my money. Spencer has been in the basement. I disagree with that. The church has changed a lot since its origins. Maybe not enough, as far as modern people are concerned, but it's definitely not the same as it used to be. The church used to be the country, for the most part. There's a reason the power of God is the power of the king or queen of the time. Obviously, that's not so much true now, but imagine living then. But the problem also, yeah, you shouldn't reflect the actions of people in the past of people now, but if they repeat it, then you should. You should use it as a reminder. Learn from stuff. Like recently in this country, within the last few years, people had literally attacked and tore down a statue of a historical slaver. It was wrong to vandalize only specific groups. It was wrong to vandalize public property because it was. They did not own it. They could not legally destroy it. The message is it's the same thing as ends justifying the means. Their ends did not justify their means. There were completely legal ways to get that statue removed. But instead they did vandalism, which was illegal. They were wrong in what they did. Not necessarily the cause for it. Slaving is wrong. But news outlets, that's the same everywhere. That is a point where I will say it's valid for the church and other places, but you can't just use it against one area. Yeah. I like the theory that people who say that the Western world is actually bad are actually true. I don't agree with it, because for the most part, it seems like a decent way to live. Not the best, but then when has it ever been the best anywhere? There's been so many missed opportunities to actually make the world a better place, and they just don't. So, government and church, what does each give you in return? Well, for government, supposedly, taxes and stuff give you the right to claim protections and services, such as having the roads taken care of, in this country, the NHS. But that's a whole different other boat, with how messed up that system is being right now, because it seems like the government here just doesn't care, but... yeah. That's a whole other discussion, which I'm not going to go into now. And for the church, it's the whole... you have literally the communion, togetherness, a guided belief, assuming that the people are good, because guidance can be good, sometimes it can be misleading, it depends. Depends on how the money's used, like everything. I disagree on how governments use money. Less war, more space, more exploration, that would be good. More health, more research. Not necessarily evil, it's more similar. That depends on the specific definition and examples of lesser evil. Some things just make sense. Like certain laws. You should have people pass tests to drive. Not because it's infringing on their rights as people with freedoms, but because driving is literally driving a machine of heavy metal that can kill people. You should be examined for that. I know it's a very specific and convenient example, but yeah. Yeah, but that's the fun of news outlets. They go, look at this grey story. Is it black or is it white? Which side do we want to spin it on? Well, like I said about the statue that was torn down. The statue got torn down, and it was spun in both directions as they're illegal vandals, and why wasn't it removed in the first place? Completely ignoring that the problem wasn't that it got removed, it was how it got removed. You know what? Saying about all of this stuff about religion and everything, you're completely ignoring television stuff. News places, especially. The mass indoctrination there is huge. Especially in places like America, where they're mixed in with everything. But yeah. It's not... well, but what I've said a few times is, it's not necessarily just a religion thing, but religion is a good example of it. Yeah. It's everywhere, because that is how humans work. It's been scientifically proven that the more intelligent a species is, the crueler they become. Humans and dolphins are the best examples. That doesn't mean individuals, but just as a whole. Humans, if you want to agree that they are the smartest creatures on the planet, are extremely dark people. We are some of the most evil. There's a reason that, especially the younger generation, which I am part of, and I'd imagine from what's being said you are too, that they disagree with absolutely everything, because it's a world we were born into. And yeah, it's a world that we were born into, and we looked at it and went, no, why would we want this? So we're changing it. And that's being spun as, and ignored by other people, as they're just little fanatics. They don't know what they want. Not everyone is doing it. Yeah, a lot of it is just ignorance. People doing what they were told, and that's what they do because it's what they were told. Especially in the rich. I say that as if I know. At least from what I've found and what I've seen. But then that's the problem. That's what I found and what I've seen. Yeah. Also, there's probably going to be a bit of a delay now from the times where my little green square on OBS went red. So, there might be a little bit of mismatch in what's being said in the responses. I'm not going to do another run. You are raised by everyone around you. Whether or not you agree with what they believe in, and whether or not they're good people, they're two different points. And whether or not they're good parents or good friends. The point... Well, yeah, the point of people is to do that. I always found the opposite. And still do. Most of what I think about stuff is... most of my way of thinking about stuff is based in apathy and leaving people alone. But when you go big to stuff like governments, no, the government should not leave people alone. It should step in and help. But it shouldn't help too much and hemorrhage money. My specific political views are in the middle. I disagree with both sides. Problem is, no one wants to vote for the middle, because that's not convenient. But voting is another discussion to go over at some point. Maybe. Probably not, actually. I have rules for my stream, and I don't even follow my own. But yeah, no, apathy is good. Puts you in the middle as neutral. But you need to be apathetic, but also a balance of empathy and sympathy as well. You need all three. Well, yeah, you should. If you disagree with it, say why and explain your point. If they disagree with it, they disagree with you. They say why and explain their point. Discuss it. How many am I up to? 216. Well, yeah, because in terms of feeling apathy for people, why should you feel anything if they have nothing to do with you? Yeah. If you see someone hurt, you would probably go over and help or call an ambulance or something. Because you might as well do it and because they're in pain. But in terms of other stuff, like other people's problems and other people's stuff, you have no reason... Yeah. You have no reason to step in and try to help and... whatever else. What's the bestiary like? Apparently I've never killed this enemy before. Fly? I don't know. I'll kill them at some point. Ah, they must be the tainted enemies, because I know there's a tainted fly I never killed. Yeah, the tainted Puta. I never killed that. It is. Probably. Same as this is either tainted or something else. And this one, maybe, I don't know. your work. Yeah. I like the animation of that. I know I haven't done the tainted roundworm. You have to be very apathetic for that. If you let your own personal biases and morals get in the way of your job, you're not doing your job. If you see someone stealing because they're poor, you have to throw them out. You cannot... You cannot let your own empathy for people get in the way of that, because then you're not doing your job. You're contracted to do a job. I am very tempted to just go... They're a shop. I've actually killed most enemies in the game now, which obviously makes sense. I've done every route at least once. Have I killed... Hold on. Have I killed the lamb? I don't remember. Yeah, I've done this route. I've died twice at once. Kills one, encounters one. Oh yeah, I've only fought Tracted once. Have I done the lamb? I don't remember. Yes, I have. I've finished every route at least once. Oh yeah, Clutch, the new boss. He was weird. Well, a lot of the time, if you're able to give police reports and make reports on what you've seen, that would surely be enough, probably. Oh, that's on them, not you. That's poor planning on their part. Yeah, I have a few of the basic stuff not unlocked yet, just because of what I've done in the characters. I've got the majority of the early stuff. And kind of a mix of a lot of the rest. Well, yeah, you will. It's your job. You will be blamed for it. Same as managers and other bosses. If someone below them has a problem and you don't solve it, it's your fault. Not because it's actually your fault, but because you are their manager. It's your responsibility no matter what. So, yeah, you will get blamed for that. That's where you should be making suggestions. Suggest to them to change how things run because you are the security person. Whether or not they listen to you, that's their decision, but make it known, like with paper proof or emails or something, that you have tried, because if anything ever actually happens, you want that trail. Like, if anyone ever decides that you're horribly useless, and yeah, this is where I'm getting into a lot of stuff I haven't done yet. If anyone decides you're horribly useless and you need to be taken to court or whatever over it, you need that trail to prove that you are not useless, and you tried to convince them to actually take care of things and they just didn't. Yeah, that is also what jobs do. I personally don't like my job. It's literally the first one I got because on my CV being... Oh no. Yeah. Well, if you want to leave, then I'd recommend you leave rather than get fired. If you leave, you can use them as a reference. If you get fired, you can't. Yeah. Well, I don't like my job. I'm there because I'm there, and because it doesn't make sense to leave, not because I want to be there. If I left, I would just end up somewhere else where I'd have the same ideas and same feelings, so why should I change it? But then I'm working in the background to solve that. Yeah, actually, looking at the secrets, and considering I have 3 other characters I haven't even unlocked on the main side, I can understand why there's so many empty spaces. Well, no, if you're... but chances are we're probably around the same age. I'm only 21. Well, no, part-time jobs. A part-time job, in terms of contract, is the same as a full-time job. It's just the hours given to you. But it depends on how your contract is done. If it's a traditional job, then, yeah. If you're through an agency or someone, I don't know. Yeah, well, it's a good thing if your supervisor, boss person likes you. That's always a good thing. Hold on, have I done Samson Delirium? No. I've done Lazarus Delirium and Eden Delirium. Yeah. Just going back to something said ages ago. Yeah, well, that's sadly that's just how jobs work. Yeah. I am probably going to end in a few minutes. Yeah, that's him. What challenges do I have left? Yeah, I have a few of them which are just locked. I like how the locks have a little sad face next to them. I have most of them unlocked, though. Repentance ones I don't have, but I have all of the Afterbirth Plus. I think they're all by default anyway. I have them in all but one anti-Afterbirth. There's so many births. And 2 of the base game that I still need to unlock, but they will come from just doing stuff. Yeah, that's just called your type of job. That's because of the profession you're in, for the most part. And it's just what happens if you need to cover someone. Yeah, some companies take advantage. It also depends on how respectful the colleagues are. Whether or not they call in sick with a reasonable amount of time, or whether or not they don't. Some of that, I'd imagine, is because, by the sounds of it, you may or may not be a true employee of the shops you're in. Is it all one company and you just go to... Yeah. Is it all one company and you go to different ones of theirs, or do you get stationed in different companies? Because they'd be quite different. Because it sounds like you more work for a security place. Actually, I think you said it before. You work for a security place, and they send you wherever. Where they pay a security company that hires me. Yeah, no, that one. Yeah. Yeah, then you're not... That would be why you're not allowed to do certain things. Because you don't actually work For the stores. Yeah. No, as you said it, I found it in the chat. That would be why. But yeah. Now the whole customer privilege thing is annoying because it's not true. Certain countries believe, some don't. Most shouldn't, but they do. Yeah, no, I believe that certain sections of even, like, police should be allowed to do much more than they do. Some should do much less than they do. Especially depending on country. But yeah. With that, because it is currently 6 past midnight here, and I should probably stop. Yeah, well, you have to work around their rules. Yeah, no, since I should probably stop, I think I will probably stop. So yeah, you can follow if you want, or don't. It's up to you. And there's a Discord to join if you want or not. Okay. I don't mind talking, but it's late. Yeah, so I should more stop. Oh. Okay. But yeah, well, thanks for appearing, even if you don't follow. And yeah. Bye!